He showed me this open casket, and I was like, oh my God. He's like, that's one of the first times she saw my face when I was dead in an open casket. You understand
Yeah.
that? For like
Yeah.
years?
Yeah.
You definitely got a grandmother here for sure, but she comes through with your father, so it makes me feel that your father would also be passed. There's a reference to your mother, but this is interesting because I haven't decided if she's living or passed yet. It also feels like there could be a living brother. Do you understand anything that I'm sharing so far?
Yes.
Is your mother and your brother still living? Do you understand those two things? All right.
Correct.
That's the way that it show me when they come through. Also, this grandmother definitely has to be on your father's side. Your father also would have to be passed. You understand all those pieces, right?
Yes.
All right. Okay. I have like lots of love from grandmother on father's side, but something's interesting because as soon as I start to talk about it, I just feel like, wait, did you not know her very well, or was there some kind of distance or riff or something going on that kept you two apart? It doesn't feel straightforward to me if you can understand anything about that between grandmother, right? She feels
Yes.
to me like there was some kind of physical separation, or that you didn't see her as much as you maybe would have wanted to, if you can understand that, because she makes me.
Correct.
She's been loving you from afar for a very long time. Something about this has to do with dad's relationship with the rest of the family, if you can understand that as well. He also starts to talk instantly about you and your brother. It makes me feel that there has been closeness there that you would have welcomed, but right now I feel like there's more distance between that relationship. Can you understand that too? Your dad
Yes.
wants to acknowledge that right away and just say that I'm not blaming you for any of this, is the first thing that I have to say to you about your brother. He says there's a lot of heartbreak around this situation, if you can understand that, because the fact is, underneath everything, he says you have the biggest heart in the world. That you actually, if you were left to your own devices and if you trusted everyone in the family, you would be a cuddler in your most natural state. Even though it's funny because the more that you've grown up, he says, the more that you haven't been comfortable with people physically touching you. Do you know what he's talking about?
Yes.
All right, and he just says, like, "I have to talk to you about something, Anna. Your life is too short to feel like you're gonna physically or emotionally push people away because you're afraid of them getting close," and he says, "You are very afraid of them getting close." Trust for people is a really tricky thing, so you're only gonna let them in when you feel really comfortable, and he says, "A lot of that is my fault. I'm really, really sorry. I made you feel like when there was love there, that it was trustworthy for a certain amount of time, and then when it wasn't there, it hurts you so badly that this is one of the greatest pains of your life. And the only problem now, and the reason, one of the biggest reasons I need to talk to you today is because I don't want you to keep living it out over and over again with other people and blocking yourself off from being physically touched and emotionally touched, if you can understand that. But I have to keep talking about your brother. He doesn't feel like he's easy, okay? Is one of the things that comes up. He's just not easy. I feel like there's a lot of stuff in this guy. He's got a lot of issues going on. He also says something, and I'm just, can I just bring it through exactly how he's going to say it? He says, he's not easy, but neither are you. Because the thing is, people underestimate the amount of stubbornness that's underneath your skin. You know what he's talking about?
Yeah.
So stubborn. Your natural state still exists on the outside of you. It's still projected. But then people get skin deep and they realize, wait, this girl has major walls around her right now. And I did not see it coming, is the way that this is sometimes. You are only willing to go so deep, even with your brother, especially with family. Because the fact is, if you're going to go even deeper with that and you're going to go back to one of those hurts again, for you, consciously and sometimes unconsciously, it's just like never again. Never again. I'm not doing that ever again. That's how big this wound is, if you understand.
Yes.
You went to his funeral, you understand that?
Yep.
I have thanks for that because he said going to his funeral was really hard for you emotionally. It says inside you are a fucking mess. You understand that? This is not like a
Mhm.
judgment or anything, but getting yourself there, being able to walk through the door, because he's showing me you trying to walk through the door. You didn't speak at the funeral though. You get that too? Because
No.
somebody else had to do that. He's like,
Yeah.
she wouldn't have had something to say that would have been worth it in her mind. It wouldn't have been anything to say that would have enriched the situation. It's almost like it opened up something you didn't wanna feel, and that's why you didn't wanna go in the first place.
We were all like, dude, we just gotta like get through this.
Just gotta get through this. Oh, man, do you have 2 brothers?
Yeah.
One of them's mad as hell, though. You know this one?
Yeah.
He's the one that I've been talking about this
Yeah. Oh,
whole
I
time.
know. It was
This
him right
guy
away
is
because we're not. We're
Oh my
not
god, mad
communicating.
as hell, mad as hell.
Yep.
He carries, like, so much on his shoulders, so much in his heart. Nieces or nephews of yours that you don't see? Do you understand something about this?
No, it would be cousins, but yeah, I know
Cousins.
what you're saying.
Mhm. Because he's just making me see, like, this split. He's giving me, like, a lightning bolt that goes down, and there's a lot of young people on a certain side of the family as well that you
Yes.
don't see. I feel like I had a lot of anger while I was here, and I feel like I passed it down to a lot of people, except you don't take on anger in the same way that your brother does.
Yeah.
It's almost like I just handed it straight to him the same way.
And
'Cause
he's
there's
so
so much
much like
there.
him, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
He's just like, "Oh, I just threw it all on top of him, and he took it in all the same way."
Yep.
Is the other brother pretty different, though? Do you understand
Oh,
this?
yeah,
'Cause
absolutely.
he's softer. You 2 are more alike, right?
Right.
And you're speaking to
Yeah.
him as well, is the way that it feels to me.
Yeah. And
Okay,
we're
it's just as
always
fun.
closer. Yeah.
Oh my god. He
Yeah.
makes me feel like you don't wanna talk to a therapist about it either. Do you understand that piece?
Yeah.
Perhaps you haven't, perhaps you haven't. He just says you don't want to.
Yeah, correct.
But he just makes me feel like, "Please don't waste your time here." Or it feels like it will all have been in vain is the way that I have to say it. I was always gonna be a lesson for you, and I'm so sorry. I was supposed to be the parent, not you. I was supposed to be the person who knew how to handle situations, not you. You were forced into a role that those of us who are the parents in the room should have taken. Do you understand?
Yep.
He wants to talk about your mom. This does not feel easy to me either, to be honest. Do you understand your dad having a lot of apologies to your mom?
Yeah.
Oh, man. You understand trying to take care of your mom, make her feel better all the time?
Yeah.
This is like another role that you've played, worrying about mom,
Yeah.
make mom feel better. You take almost a parental role or have at certain times in life with her as well, if you can understand that.
Yes.
Makes me feel like I left a lot of work for you here. I mean, everybody did.
Yeah.
Other brother, though, this other
Yeah.
sweet brother, I mean, thank God for him, huh? Thank God for
Totally.
him. He's, like, probably the closest family member you've had in your whole life.
Yep.
This is the guy who you 2 it's like you 2 marching through life, picking up the pieces, trying to be okay together.
Yep.
'Cause you can talk to him. You 2
Mhm.
have, like you both understand things in a similar way, where it's like you can
Mhm.
talk about mom, you can talk about dad, you can talk about your other brother, you can talk about all that stuff, and it all makes sense to him, and thank God, because the thing is, your dad's like, "I know that he's the one person throughout all of this that makes you feel like you're not crazy." He's been able to validate you.
Yep.
Otherwise, the problem would have been that you're just like, "Is it me? Am I the common d like, what is going on? This is a mess." But because you have
Oh, I always say that.
yeah, like, "This is a
Yeah,
fucking
it's
mess," is
like,
the way it feels like.
"Bro, help me." Yeah,
Yeah,
because I'm like, "What?"
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you feel like you would have lost your mind because there wouldn't
Mhm.
have been anybody to back you up and say, "You're right. This is a shit show," basically.
Right.
He makes me feel that he was physically distant from the whole family when he passed and that you heard about it through other people. Do you understand this?
Yes.
And he showed me this open casket, and I was like, "Oh my god." He's like, "That's one of the first times she saw my face when I was dead in an open casket." You understand
Yeah.
that? For, like,
Yeah.
years?
Yeah.
It's crazy. For a lot of people, they have all these things they wish they would have had a chance to say. For you, it's like, I don't want a chance to say any of the things that I really felt inside. That would have been horrible because you're a conflict avoider. He says big time. I'm sorry. He's not,
Yeah.
he has no
Yeah.
finesse whatsoever. So it's like most people are like, there were so many things I wanted to say, and they feel this huge burden on their chest. He's like, oh, she feels the same burden on her chest because she never got those things out. But if I had been alive longer, she never would have. She
Yeah.
never wanted to say how she really felt. Okay, there's some other family, and they do not have the relationship with him that you guys do. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Like, other people will come and
Yeah.
come like, "Oh, we
Oh,
missed you, good,
yeah, yeah,
bye," all this stuff, and he's
yeah,
like, "That makes it even worse because you guys are sitting there and you're like, 'Are you fucking kidding?'" I hear
yeah,
families like, "You couldn't stand to listen to the eulogy." Do you understand? Like, what they were saying made no sense to you
yeah,
guys?
yeah, correct. That means, like, the larger family, that's what brothers, sisters, cousins, everybody
They
like,
have a
"Yay!"
completely different
Yes,
outlook on
correct.
him.
Yeah,
That was one of the things that made it even more horrible. 'Cause it's
right.
kinda like all these other people saying all these things about him that makes the rest of you feel like, "What the fuck? Are we going crazy
Yeah,
right now? This
yeah,
makes no sense."
right.
I have never validated you in my entire life when I was living. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Not once have I made you feel like you are who you are supposed to be here. Not once. You understand that? I
Right.
never looked at you
Oh,
and made you
shit.
feel I never looked at you and made you feel like I was proud you were my daughter. Not in the way I should have. And I never looked at you and made you feel like you were exactly how you're supposed to be. The funeral is like the last memory of me that you have, and it was the last memory a long time, before that, there was a lot of space of just unresolved things. You're doing what every human would do in this situation. You're saying, "What did I do to end up in this situation?" You understand that?
Yep.
Before you came here, we decided that things were gonna be messy with relationships. You got to find your voice. And that's hitting you everywhere in your life right now. You're being forced to speak up. Do you understand that?
Yep. Yep.
If you came through with a family and a father who were raising you up to do that, you have to understand the spirit that you have. It does not like to be the center of attention. It loves quietly when it gets the chance. You don't feel like you've had that many chances. And now you guard that so hard because you do not want to go through this again. I can't get away from this word ownership of your experience, of the feelings that you have when you go into these experiences, and that the way that you feel is right and just, and it's not crazy. This is a really interesting thing. Usually I just get like incessant I'm sorries. Your dad must have been a really stubborn person, if you can understand it. Angry and stubborn. Because he's not necessarily one to just sit here and say, I'm sorry, over and over again. But here's the other thing he would say is that I am, but it's not the most useful thing for you because you're not really ready to forgive him. Do you understand?
Yeah.
He's like, she's not there yet.
Yeah.
I'm not wasting time desperate for forgiveness to relieve me from something. I'm doing that work right now. And I really hope that you know that. I'm going to leave you with their love, okay?
Okay. Thank you. Yep. And you could use a recording, whatever. You have my permission. Yeah,
Okay.
that. Man, I knew you were good. I knew you were a good medium because I'm in your circle, but dang, like that is so deep.
Oh, I
It's
hope it was helpful.
yeah, but yeah, that's not a surface reading. That's getting into like the dynamics so accurately and just
Mhm.
yeah, that wow. I'm kinda and I really need to process this one. But I mean everything you said was like 110% accurate
Mm.
and just yeah, it's really intense. I mean,
You're dealing with a lot, lady. Oh my God, I had no
yeah,
idea.
it's a lot, and I'm working through my stuff with him, but he's right. I'm not. It's gonna take a while.
Thank you.
There's not one thing you said in that reading that was wrong or inaccurate. Like everything, it felt like yeah, you knew my whole family dynamic and my dynamic with my dad. So yeah.